proud to support the Jimmy Dore Show. I just marked my 1 year anniversary as a premium member, and it's been more than a worthwhile investment. Thank you so
Oh, thank
much,
you so much.
Sloop JB, and now Mr. Jimmy Dore.
So I have this. I'm going to play this on Wednesday. We're going to bring someone on to explain it to us. But I just want to play this now. And without comment, really. I just want to play this because I don't really know what it means. But here we go.
10, 15, 20 years ago, and it was for any vaccine that we wanted to make, you would say a vaccine from the time you start to the time it's approved to be safe and effective is several years, 5, 6, 7 years. That's unacceptable for now. So what happened is that as soon as we got the sequence of the virus from the Chinese, we pulled it out of the public database and stuck the gene into a vaccine platform and worked on it literally within a day of when it came out. 65 days later, namely 2 days ago, we gave the first injection to a normal volunteer for a phase 1 trial to see if it's safe. That's the fastest that's ever been done. That's the good news. The challenging news is that even at that rocket speed, it's going to take a few months to show that the initial safety is okay. Then you go into a phase 2 trial, which instead of involving 45 people, which we have in the phase 1 trial, it involves hundreds, if not thousands of people. That will take another 6 to 8 months to even know if it works. So at the fastest we can go, it's going to take a year to a year and a half to know if we have a vaccine that we can use. The element to safety, and that is if you vaccinate someone and they make an antibody response and then they get exposed and infected, does the response that you induce actually enhance the infection and make it worse? And the only way you'll know that is if you do an extended study, not in a normal volunteer who has no risk of infection, but in people who are out there in a risk situation. This would not be the first time, if it happened, that a vaccine that looked good in initial safety actually made people worse. There was the history of the respiratory syncytial virus vaccine in children, which paradoxically made the children worse. One of the HIV vaccines that we tested several years ago actually made individuals more likely to get infected. So you can't just go out there and give it.
So I think I saw that on Twitter. They were passing that around.
When did he say that? When
So
did
he said
do
this in March of 2020.
Oh, this was back when you can't force it on people.
That was back when he was still saying you can't force it on people, but now
Right.
he is saying you can force it on people. So I want to get an expert on
Maybe Delta asked him to force it on people.
and have him come in and have a discussion about what he's saying there, because he seems to be saying a lot of different things than everyone believed, or believes now.
It's almost not clear on purpose the way he's
he
talking.
said, because right
Sounds
there
pretty
he
clear.
says it's going to take at least a year to a year and a half to get a vaccine. Well, we all know they had a vaccine by December, and that was way ahead of his. So if this was March 2022, a year and a half, March, April, May, June, July. So that would be August of 2021 that we would have had the vaccine between March and August. But everybody knows we had it way earlier than that. So that's an interesting tidbit that his timeline is way off by at least 50%. So that's interesting. So that's why I'd like to have we're gonna have someone come on. Hopefully we'll find somebody, an epidemiologist or a virologist, maybe from USC or something.
An interesting tidbit, he says, huh?
And we could have somebody come on and explain what that is, and hopefully it's somebody who's not in the pocket of Dr. Fauci or Big Pharma. Those are hard to find, but we'll try to find somebody, because that sounds. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about the vaccine they came up with for AIDS or that other vaccine they came up with. I didn't know there was a vaccine that could
Is
make
this,
you get more sick if they don't do it right. I didn't know that.
Is this so? Wait, I don't remember back in March, but this wasn't when Trump was trying to rush the vaccine, was it? And then that's when he's saying this.
Maybe
and then
that's why he
later-
was saying that. Yeah, because Trump
Yeah.
wanted to go warp speed. So was anything Trump said, they tried to just go the opposite way. And
Because remember, Noam Noam on the podcast was talking about. I can't remember who he interviewed, but he was asking the guy, like, is it true like Pfizer tried to hold it back so Trump couldn't get credit for the vaccine? It was an amazing argument that I didn't know anybody was having. There's Republicans who are like, yeah, they tried to hold back the vaccine so Trump couldn't get his credit for it. There's like that argument also.
I didn't hear that one. I've never heard that argument. That's
Noam said
interesting.
it to somebody, and the guy walked off his show. Somebody that worked.
Really?
Yeah, I'll ask him because I'm having to do my podcast. But I laughed because I couldn't believe that was the. I haven't heard anything like that ever since the pandemic of.
Me neither.
But he's an actual Republican, so I guess that's what they think about.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all the things I have for today.